-2. That must be the second point. I guess it's the first one. Oop. Put that there. -3 is this. Then -2 is here. That's going to be point level 1. Why is it not printing next probe is -2? Probably because it's just the first sample. This was the first sample. So that drew it in at -2. Insert a new sample. Should be inserting it before the end, which means that larger should be equal to chain end. Largest. Oh, chain larger actually. Yep. So now we have chain size is 2. It so has that. Oh no, I don't have a size. I have an empty. The size is 2. The first one is 0.0. And the second one exists. And is 0.1. What the fuck? Oh boy. No, that's another way to get the next. Just the code has it. So new node was number 1, and then the one on the right is non-existent. So this is equal to chain end. And then what is the code going to do? If new node is not at the beginning, and this is one is new node, so it's not at the beginning. Cleaning my monitor. Then left node is set to the previous one, so this should happen, and then we have left node pointing to 0. And then that cubic is initialized. Now that looks like the correct cubic. All integers. Then we get if right node is unequal chain end, but it was equal. There is nothing on the right side here. So we don't have to initialize the second cubic on the right side of 1. Sorry for doing this so slow, but yeah, I just have no idea what's going on. So at some point we run into an assert. And then I think I can only understand that if I just know exactly what's going on. Okay, so state was what? First cubic, yeah. So it says cubic used if right node equals chain end, and that was the case. Then we use left node, which is the only cubic that we have. This cubic here. Which means that after that line, cubic used, which is just an iterator to assemble actually, but the cubics are in the left one, so this cubic sits in 0. So cubic used label is then 0. And then next is set to next of that, so then after this next must be 1. W is now set to find an extreme. We don't care which extreme, but of course that's going to be the maximum, because that's definitely the best. Super close to it. Yep, so we're returning maximum because that's closest. And W now should be set to the value, which is -3. And what happened here? Mm-hmm. Next, and then from 2 went to 115 again. Maximum, yeah, that's correct. The next extreme type no, this is a critical point. This is still unknown, isn't it? No, already maximum. So, okay, critical point is set to -3 then. I mean, yeah, -3 as well. Scale should be 1, it's just a difference between the two. Yep. And then we are going to draw it. $130. If cubic use didn't have a usable extreme, then it's still unknown. Okay, but it did. We had a maximum, so we're not going to go into this. We're going to go here. I already solved that, I should. Yeah. It's a bit double. Next extreme type equals unknown, or it is not uninitialized magic. And then here I have the same thing. It's unknown, or it is not equal to uninitialized magic. It's kind of double. Well, I won't save it yet, otherwise maybe debugger doesn't print the right source files lines anymore. Now the cubic used W value, that is it's -3, and W is also -3 because it's starting right at the maximum. So this is not larger than a negligible offset. What is going on here? It's even left off. Sorry, this is about the extreme being larger than W. No, this is extreme. So if the extreme is significantly less than that point, so if the 0 was actually a little bit to the right here, then W would be here, and the cubic used W value would be here. It's not larger than 0. It's the other way around. So if D0 is a little bit to the left, no, sorry, indeed, if the 0 is a little bit to the right, that makes it larger than the W value. So then this distance is significantly positive. And in that case, you set left off to the 0 value. And now I'm not, because I'm scared that you won't find it or something if it's on top of it. So I'm not setting a left off here because it's on top of it. Okay. And then if next W minus W is larger than negligible offset, what does that mean? Well, that is the case. That is the case. Because 1 is on the right of W. This is positive. So left of will be set to next, which means that you want to do left of 1. The maximum is on the left of 1. And then we get this one. It's the same as that one. These two are the same. If W minus cubic used larger than negligible offset. They're not the same. This is cubic used and this is next. Okay. Well, this is also 0. It's not larger. So right-off is not set. And otherwise, right-off would have been set to cubic used. That would only be the case if the 0 is on the left of this point. So less than. Yeah, if this is less than W. Okay. So left of is 1 and right of is chain end. And that's drawn in. See that 1 is still left off and there is no right off. And this is W, where we're going to jump to now. And that's in search for a maximum. Yeah, okay. And then if W minus new node W, so the new node was already inserted. And well, at the exact same point as 0. But I don't want that to happen. No, it's nonsense. We still have only a size of 2. We just changed W back to... Well, why am I comparing it with new node? Too close to the last sample. No. Yeah, well. This is -1. So absolute value is 1, plus 1 is 1 less than something small? No. Then we find already the point that the next thing should be inserted in. So this should find the node 1, then we have to insert it before 1. Or it could find 0. It's exactly on top of 0, so it's a bit vague here. What would happen? Let's do a step. Okay. So larger is now equal to 1. Label 1. Okay, this is where we find out if it is a duplicate, and it is a duplicate because we have one on 0. We have 0, I mean, which is on -3 as well. So I suppose this is going to return true. I'll just do it next. So it's true. And the one that it points to apparently is 0, although I'm having a 1 here. So it's a GTB fuck up if you ask me. Okay, so to find the duplicate in 0. So we're going to reuse 0 now and then re-enter the algorithm without inserting it. What does reuse do? So it's just lost to sample node. Okay, so lost is updated. Go to the top. Now what is happening? It doesn't feel correct. When this has to do with the right node. Oh, I didn't change the right node. It just jumped right back using the old right node. Well, can't be right. What is this? This is not correct. Line 195. Really? Oh. That's 195. What? Okay, I do not want to call initialize cubic because that's only necessary if you really insert a new point in between somewhere, cutting an existing cubic into two little cubics. And then we have to initialize both cubics. But now it is reusing something. However, despite not needing to initialize new cubics, I still need to update these things, of course. Which did not happen because you jumped back to the top of this for loop. So I need to repeat this, I think. Before jumping back, which you just do at the end here. What else already? There, okay. Just let me make you. Yeah, doesn't crash anymore. Do I want to debug this again? Maybe I do. So this is after jumping back, I think, to the top of the loop, with the new node pointing to 0. Yep. And now, do I have a left node? Apparently. So we do a reinitialization of what the hell is this? There is no right. There should be no right node. There's no right cubic. Let's put it that way. There's no cubic here. So this is not a good test. That's the best test. The better test. It's 198. So how come that the last time that wasn't the case? Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. Right node is supposed to be the right node of the cubic on the right of the new node. But if I'm reusing something, then what the heck do we have? Let's see, so I have here my new node. I can't write. New node. And this is set to... Let me think. So in this case it's true. if that one, if the right node is not end, the new node is the node on the left of right node, and that is initialized. So I repeat the test here. Right node is unequal chain end. This here is the right node. Yeah, then of course a new node cubic exists. It's basically what this is doing. Okay, actually that still holds. Yep. So I reinitialize the analyze. A stands for analyzed or something. Analyzed cubic. Between 0 and 1. Being the cubic on the right of the new node, which is new between quotes. It's 0. Yes, it has extremes. This is a yes then. Left cubic does not exist, I suppose. No, this should be skipped. should be -3 again. Cubic use this new node, one looks good. No, that's weird, isn't it? Jumping to 3 again? What? Why? Oh, because we're still looking for a maximum. We are already on the maximum. I think we could have detected that previous time, really. Or not. No, probably not. Okay, so now it's gonna say that step becomes 0 here. Yep. So now we found a local extreme. So we did 0, 1, and then back to 0, and then again to 0, and then because we stay at the same point here now, we clearly found the maximum. Yeah, well, okay, I'll believe it. Next probe -4, also looks good to me. Yep, already. Test suit works again, I guess. Edit test suit. Sorry, I was not looking at the chat. So distracting. But now I'm done with that bug. I am looking at chat. So if the people that ask the questions are still there, please wave for something. I think next I want to start at the slope. Sure, not this one. I don't know, story minus 55 or something. Or not. What is minus 60 maybe. Right, so I think here we are looking for a minimum. And well, this minimum, obviously. But we jump here. And wouldn't it be nice to now assume that this minimum is the minimum that comes after the first minimum after the left, going to the right, I mean. You see this red curve? So it now thinks that this actual curve is looking like this curve. And it's all nice, but then by the time it finds it, it's forgot that again. No, not really. Actually, we're not finding this. We're jumping here, so we are going to find this one. But I would almost call that a coincidence. If I jump a little bit less far, then maybe this minimum can be shifted a lot. I need to go further to the left. That's what I need to do for this test. Hello, user. Let's start at 80. 80. Yeah, that's better. So now I have two samples here incredibly close together, which then fits this parabola. which has a minimum, I don't know where, oh here, the dotted line. So we jump here. No. Which means that we jumped over 1, 2, 3, 4 minima. Holy shit. Unacceptable. And the only way to be able to detect it is that the predicted value, the predicted y coordinate, was like way down here. Then this thing goes down, 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 so yeah, very low. And then it turns out to be here instead of way down. That is the alarm bell. That should tell me that this prediction was just wrong. And therefore, we might have jumped over a lot of stuff. And then maybe I should, I mean, you can plot anything and get anything by that time. So I should not jump to this minimum here. On the other hand, the minimum is like in between, and what I really want to do is just jump in between these points. But specifically keeping this write-off point. Not using that one, because it was just, you know, we just jumped too far. So as long as it only shifts this red arrow to the left, but it did, so that arrow is still here, and the left one is still here, so yeah, nothing went wrong, really. Still zoom and narrowing in on that one. Now we jump to this point, and then we get, now it went wrong. Now it went wrong. Now it kept this one, and moved that one to here. So yeah, and then the green arrow shows you where we jump to next. So it's going to find this minimum instead of that minimum. And that's not good. And we are third. That's even worse. Well, I have to fix this one first, I'm afraid. What is going on? If only left off is set, then we should be going to the left, yes. And right off can't be set too. Well, it is. Because then we would be jumping to an extreme in between the two. What? Dissolutional comment. So to the right of 4, yeah. The right of is set. So left of is set, we know that. If only left of is set, then this is true. Then we should be going to the left, I think, anyway. And the comment says that I did not expect a write-off could be set here, but it just is. Bloody hell. I think I need to take a break before I think about something as difficult as this. No idea what's going on. I'm going to recharge. I'll be back later maybe.